Hello, this is Tranna Wintour. Welcome back to all new episodes of Queer Comics. So excited to be back and doing these videos. Got some new comics joining us. This is all very exciting. So today's episode, I'll be answering questions from my fellow queer comic vloggers. So let's just get right to it. So excited. Got the questions right here. Can't memorize them. Alright, so the first question comes from Lady Anya Face. Where and when did you get your love of glorious kitschy books and love of shoes? Hi, lady. Thanks for the question. My love of gloriously kitschy books. I'm guessing you saw my video where I pulled up the Joan Collins Guide to Life and Barbra Streisand's My Passion for Design. I love kitschy everything, pretty much. So, of course, that would extend to books. I love coffee table books, not only kitschy ones, like I love high fashion, photography, coffee table books, but I also love the kitschy ones. I'm very drawn to visuals. And so the kitschy books that I have in my collection are all, centered around the lives of these larger-than-life characters that I'm always so drawn to. And, and my love of shoes, I think it's safe to say that it started with Sex and the City. I know that's such a cliche, but I was a teenager when Sex and the City was first on the air, and I used to watch it every Saturday night on Bravo, because we're in Canada, so I didn't have HBO, so we'd always get it a few months later, and that's definitely where it started. Carrie Bradshaw definitely taught me the importance of good footwear. She didn't really teach us much else, did she? No. Carrie's horrible. Anyway, that's a whole other topic, but she had amazing taste in shoes. But I have to say, Manolo Blahniks are pretty boring. My favorite shoe line is actually Gwen Stefani's Lamb line. And the great thing about Lamb is that they are a little bit on the expensive side, but they usually get marked down, which is fantastic. Shoes are my biggest, or one of my biggest weaknesses. I just love a fabulous, sexy high heel. There's nothing better. I feel sexy and powerful, and just the way that you move in a high heel just lifts you, just elevates you on many different levels. Our next question comes from Nicky, also new to the Queer Comics team. Hi, Nicky. Question, when were you at your happiest? I'm at my happiest right now. I feel like, if I look back on my life over the past 4 or so years, I've really made a conscious effort to create and build the life that I want for myself, and that's what I'm living. And I'm just loving every moment, performing and being on stage and meeting new people, and just very fortunate to be surrounded by a great family, great friends. I'm one hell of a lucky bitch. I'm glad to be in this moment in my life of happiness and joy and doing the things that I love and being surrounded by the people that I love and that inspire me. I guess on a more superficial level, in terms of just happiness as pleasure, the happiest that I was recently was at Madonna's new show. Oh my god. I've become so disillusioned with Madonna over the past couple of years, but her new show was so fucking brilliant. Just unpretentious and loving and joyful. This is a Madonna we have never seen before, and those 2 hours at the show were just total bliss. I was in heaven. And I usually am happiest when I'm at a show. To me, there's nothing better than live performance, being at a concert, the glamour, the energy, the excitement in the air. For me, nothing compares. Next question comes from our founder and queen mother, the leader of our pack, Miss Vicki Lix. What has been your experience growing up transgendered? Vicki, thanks for the question. Um, in a nutshell, I mean, it's hard to answer this question succinctly and quickly, but I was very fortunate to have a great and understanding family, and um, I was never made to feel lesser or outcasted by my family. My family's always been a source of love, and I mean, most importantly, unconditional love. And that's what gave me the strength to deal with, the not so great stuff, like being bullied in elementary school and high school, and what a nightmare. But, you know, everything led to this moment of happiness and self-love, and so I really wouldn't change anything. And if you want more details, I wrote a piece about growing up transgendered for the Montreal Gazette this summer, so you can check that out. Just Google Tranna Wintour, the Gazette. I'm sure it will come up. Next question from my dear Andrew Johnston, who I'm performing with all weekend. Oh, actually, it's actually Friday night. You're watching this on a Sunday, but it's Friday night. I'm performing with Andrew. He's such a great guy. Let's see what he has to ask. Straight male comics can be fire-breathing mongoloids. What has been your unique experience dealing with the Comedy Bro Club? It's a good question. The Montreal comedy scene is so loving and supportive. Even the male comics, I have to say, are really wonderful. And, these past 2 years performing, especially, that the scene is very much male-dominated, although there's a very strong female presence here in Montreal, God bless. But these past 2 years, I've hung out with more guys than I've hung out with my entire life. And it actually has been amazing. The guys here are wonderful and funny and smart and understanding and supportive. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? That definitely wasn't my expectation. When I first started doing comedy, I was expecting the male comics to be, bros, like you said, like mongoloid bros. But so fortunately, that has not been the case. I love my Montreal homeboys. They are amazing, and I really can't say enough good things about them. They're wonderful, genuinely wonderful. And some of them are actually pretty hot too, but most of the hot ones have girlfriends. What a shame. Anyway, moving on. Last question comes from Ashley Moffat. Hi, Ashley. Digging your brows. What's your secret? Oh, my brows. My brows. The brows are the window to the soul. And I remember when I first started expressing myself visually as female, I was so worried about what I'm going to do with my big bushy brows. Like, I, thought, like, how am I going to cover them up? Should I just, like, totally reshape them, wax them? But I didn't really want to go through all that trouble, pain, and hassle. And so when I was trying to figure out something for myself to make these brows workable, of course, who did I turn to? Madonna. That answer was in front of me the whole time. 80s and blonde ambition Madonna. Just rocking a full, gorgeous, glorious, dark brown brow. And instead of trying to hide my brows, I decided to just, make them even bigger, exaggerate them, fill them in, go darker. So I use a really cheap Wet n Wild dark brown brow pencil, which I think is discontinued now, which I'm really upset about. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I basically, with that pencil, just go over the natural shape of my brow, just, outlining it and then filling it in a little bit with the brow pencil. And once that initial outline has been done, I go over it with an angle brush and eyeshadow, MAC Carbon eyeshadow. So I just, use a bit of that with my with my angle brush, filling everything in, making it really dark. And of course, while I'm doing this, I'm always so nervous about getting it right because it's the last thing that I do, and if you fuck up your brows, I mean, your whole night is ruined. So it's always this tense moment of pressure, but fortunately, for the most part, usually comes out okay. Tonight, I think they're pretty okay, pretty happy with them. So I don't pluck, I don't wax, I just exaggerate the big natural bushy brows I already have. So those are all the questions. How fun has this been? I'm so excited for all the new topics that we have coming up. You guys should keep tuning in. There's so much great stuff coming your way. Watch everyone's videos. Like, I've recently taken the time to catch up and watch what everyone's been doing, and everyone's been doing such an amazing job. Like, this is such a great thing to be a part of. So I hope that you continue to watch, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!